I mean, I do wonder, just like we've been talking about, if there's any ways to push that to its limits, to explore further. I don't like leaning. This is why I'm bothered. There's not more science in psychedelics. Is I haven't done almost. So I've eaten mushrooms a few times, allegedly, but that's it. And the reason I don't do more, the reason I haven't done DMT is because it's illegal, and it's like not well studied, and I'm in those things. I'm not usually at the cutting edge, but I'm very curious, and it feels like there could be tools to be discovered there, not for fun, not for recreation, but for like encouraging, whether you're a linear thinker to go nonlinear, or it's nonlinear to go linear, like to shake things up. You mentioned Dan Gable. The idea of Dan Gable on psychedelics is fascinating to me because he's such a control freak. I mean, he
that
likes
I would
control.
show up for. That would I'd show up for.
But like so much of these psychedelic experiences, it feels like is for letting go.
That's right.
You don't want to resist.
But that's supposedly where the growth is, in giving oneself over to the process.
And that's for people who are like master controllers. He's one of the greatest coaches of all time. It's fascinating to see what that battle looks like of resistance and then of letting go. Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to see where these studies take us.
Well, it's clearly happening. I've asked there. I have a couple colleagues at Stanford who are doing animal studies. I've asked around. There's a lot of discussion in the neuroscience community about what the perception of a laboratory is if they work on psychedelics. I mean, I have to tip my hat to the folks at Hopkins. They are pioneers. Yeah. And as Terry Signowski, he's a computational neuroscientist down at Salk, says, I don't think he was the first person to say it. He says, you know how to spot the pioneers? They're the ones with the arrows in their backs.
Yeah.
And, it's an unkind world to a scientist that's trying to do really cutting edge stuff. My colleague, David Spiegel, who studies medical hypnosis, he's got dozens of studies now showing that hypnosis can be beneficial for pain management, anxiety management, cancer outcomes. And it's finally, at the point where there's so much data, but people hear hypnosis and they think of stage hypnosis, which is like the furthest thing from what he's doing. And I think mind-body type stuff, hypnosis, respiration and breathing. I think the hard science walk into the problem is always going to be best to get the community on board. And then it's up to people like Matt and to really, take it to the next level. And as I say, not Kesey out of the game, because Kesey basically was taking too much of his own stuff and he started dressing crazy of banana hats. And like you see him, he had the magic bus. So, Lex, the day I start driving to work in the magic bus, that's the day I lose my job.
Well,
I'm not into buses or wearing fruit, but
you're going to get a phone call from me and I hope you do the same for me. It's like, dude, what are you doing?